G'day, welcome to G'day Crochet. Sorry about the glare, I've got the afternoon sun coming through the lounge room window, which is lovely for recording without a light, but I've got the natural light coming through. So in today's video I am going to show you everything I will be taking to the market this Saturday. If there's anything here that you would like to purchase, please rather leave a comment or message me here comment here in the comments below what you would like to purchase. Also, you can get me on Instagram, or I'll also try and link pattern designers if I can. Some of these patterns I've had for a really long time and I don't actually know where I've gotten the patterns from. Let's jump into it with the ones that I showed in what to do with variegated yarn first. Then I've got a bag over there, so as I grab some I will just pause it and come back. So let's jump into it. So we've got a loaf cat. So I've done this in variegated orange and I sell this one for $10. So it's got safety eyes and caraway pattern. So we've got one loaf cat. You will notice there will be lots of loaf cats, so make sure you just if you can leave the timestamp in the comment or something if you can, so I can go back and watch the video and see. So we have one loaf cat. I also just want to mention that if you're in Australia, it'll be free postage Australia wide for anyone that purchases through here. I don't think I'll be able to do US or overseas just because of the postage for sending it that far. Then we've got Hugurumi Toys little snail. I've just got to do the spiral on the other side. So I made this for the short video. So that's all embroidered eyes and mouth. That one will be $5. Next, we have my variegated purple snake with pink eyes. He is $8. I'm not too sure on the pattern for that one. Then we have this beautiful unicorn. He is $35. A lot of work has gone into this. I will try and find the pattern that I used. I think it was a free blog post, I think, but I will try and find it. It's got embroidered eyes on that and all the curls is surface crocheted. So we've got that unicorn for $35. We got these reusable water balloons. So I got quite a collection here. So I've got different sizes and shapes. I just wing this pattern. I've got some lighter colors and I sell these for $3 each or 6 for $12. Then I've got Octavian from Animal Crossing. This is a pattern I just designed by looking at a picture. I am charging $15 for him, so I'm not sure how big he is, probably about maybe just a bit shorter than a can of Coke. So we've got that one. Then we've got this beautiful muddy pig I've done in variegated yarn for $10. So I love the little curly tail. We have my variegated koala. So this one required a bit of sewing. I had to sew the ears, the arms and the feet and the tail, which is a little bit crooked, but it's handmade. I've got $25 on that one. And then I have the mini fidget caterpillar. So this one was just using scrap yarn. He's only got 5 rounds there and then his tail and head. He is just $5. I've got my derpy that I'm going to put $60 on him. He is a lot of work from start to finish. Just working on him is 7 hours of embroidery, crocheting, sewing. I had to sew the tail on, the back legs on, the tongue on, the ears on. These are just glued in and his eyebrows are just glued in. So none of these are glued, they're soft. He's a bit rough where the glue is. And these eyes are also hand painted by myself using nail polish. He will be $60. He's a lot of work. He's very beautiful and super soft. We have, I think this is Ali Crochet's pattern of the hot dog. I haven't put the sauce on, so I thought I'll see how he goes without the sauce. And I've also just tacked in case people want to just take the bun off. I'm thinking probably $25 for him. I think the legs are crocheted in the round, the tail is sewing on, the ears are sewing on, and the head you sew on, and then the bun you sew on, and the bun is a chain and you work around the chain. So quite a bit of work. I thought $25. Then I will have to look up the pattern for this one. This is the sitting cat pattern that I got off Etsy. The legs are, I think, crocheted in the round. The ears are crocheted in the round, I think. It looks like so is the tail. You sew the head to the body. And I was thinking probably about $15. So it worked up pretty quick. Make this guy. I've embroidered this guy's eyes and I've given him nice long whiskers. So I was thinking about $15 for him. So you've got the little axe. I think that's called a flail. I think that's what that one's called. A sword or a dagger. I like to call it a dagger just because it's a smaller sort of sword, like a caveman donga thing. So I was thinking, because these are a bit of sewing, like you sew that onto the handle and then you've got color changes in there and all the bobbles are color changed, obviously. I was thinking probably $5 each or a set for 20, so that way you're kind of saving money. Oh, actually no, you're not, because if they're $5 each, maybe $15 a set, and that's just something I thought the boys might like. So $5 each or 4 for 15. So I would like to eventually make more, but I'm just doing this video because Saturday will be my first market of the year. So I just want to see what I started with and then at the end of the year what I finish with. And we've got a rooster pattern. He's going to be $10. So he's not overly stuffed, so he's squishy. And then my little $5 derpy that's part of a cat pattern that has a bed and toys and all of that. I've just got to finish, I noticed I've just got to finish embroidering the stripes down his back. And then derpy is done, and I might even add a little pink tongue. Then we've got this little brown spotted dog that I've used a bit of variegated yarn for patches and white yarn, and he's just $10. He's only little. So his body's from nose to like his bum there is probably the size of a Coke can. So I reckon $10 is a perfect price for this little puppy. And then we've got my first splooter that I made. So he is in Jolly Joy yarn. Well, equivalent, like the velour. I used the valuable brown for that part and then Jolly Joy for the rest. And he's got pretty glittery blue eyes and I love his little tail. It's so adorable. And I was thinking probably about $20. So he's cute. He's sick, and I think $20 would be absolutely perfect. So he's just a bit bigger than my hand, so I think $20 is perfect. Then we've got Cookie the chicken. I love this pattern. Really quick and easy, I reckon. You start at the top, make your way down, you do the wings as you go, you do the tail, they're crocheted in, the apron, it does come off, bit of glitter for the nose and red for the comb. The feet are done in the round as well, so I actually think this is a no-sew pattern. I think you sew the beak on, actually. I think that's all you might sew on. This one is replacing my Mabel chickens for $15. We have this beautiful farmer frog. So I didn't do the carrot hat, I just did a normal straw hat. And he's got his little chicken with embroidered eyes and his cute little overalls and then a little pocket. I'm thinking probably, I want to say $15, I reckon. So he's a bit of work. You've got to make that one separate, then the hat separate. The eyes are just bubble. And I think I had to sew the feet. I'm not 100% certain on that. But I reckon $15. I reckon that's a beautiful. And at this stage, I've just got one little chicken keychain for, I'm thinking like maybe $5, maybe even $4. So that's just an acrylic yarn. I think it's adorable. It's so small. And then this little flower baby will go in the pick any two for $5 along with the little bird. So they're just my little items that I'll be putting in there. I do have two ducks. I did think I had a rainbow duck, but I can't seem to find it at the moment. I think I've put it somewhere else. These are $5 each. So this is the yarn from Paddy and Bango's place. Love this yarn. So nice and bright and colourful, same as the orange from the beak. And the purple is just valuable velour. I'm just gonna pause this, have a bit of a drink, grab some more, and we'll go through that lot. Alrighty, so what I've done is I've just put the bag down and I'll just pause it once I've got a little tub down here that I'm just going to put them in as I've gone through rather than make a big pile. So I'm sure everyone has seen these Mabel chickens. This is one of the first ones I made, so I can feel that it's a bit, oh excuse me, I got the hiccup, a bit gappy, and I just embroidered white eyes being black. I didn't want black eyes, and he is $7. Then here's another loaf cat. So this one's a lot smaller. He's only $5. He's got embroidered eyes, mouth and whiskers. And then I've got a little baby snuggler that I made sort of freehanded. I used a teddy pattern for the head and I just freehanded the arms and the body. So I've put $20. I've embroidered his eyes and he's completely baby safe and no stuffing. Just something for little babies to cuddle. And this is my little bumblebee mushroom boy and he's $10. So he's got the little wings there and his hat goes down and then it pops back up. So yeah, here's my little mushroom boy popper for $10. Then I've got a glasses case for $3. So that is just some velvet yarn in a chain and I went round and around. I was just practicing going round and around, and so I just did a chain and that pulls shut like that. That's my little glasses case for $3. Then I've got Bluey for Bingo for $13 because one of her eyelashes has come off. So I thought $13. That's the one I did as a pattern test for Tracy at Travel Crochet. Love the pattern. Definitely have to make more. Thank you, Tracy, for the opportunity to be able to pattern test that for you. Then I've got a few of these. Flip the fit. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and that one's wrapped in cellophane as a Christmas gift, but then they didn't come and get it. All 4 of them. So we got a purple one, a striped one, a grey one, and I thought that one was a bit like Nemo, clownfish sort of one. So they're $15 each. Then I've got for $8 a black and white like speckled chicken. This one was just freehanded, but it's inspired by like the Mabel chicken. So I've got this guy. Well, it says $9 on there. I think that he's only $5 now. So, well, because she's a hen, isn't she? And then I've got a loaf cat with yellow eyes. So I think these are called the tuxedo. It's just colour changes and got to fix the stuffing. And so that one is just $15 as well as the other one I showed you. So he's nice and solid and adorable. Then part of the Traveller's, I'm not sure if it was Traveller's Wheels or Crochet Roulette, I made this laser beam. Literally just designed it all myself. It's got a little like pretend button and yeah, sort of from like Marvin the Martian. I thought that would be pretty cool for the color red and space. So yeah, so that one's just $10 and I've called that an alien blaster. Then we just got this keychain. He's more of a bag tag. He's a lot bigger. Well, actually I might change the price of the other keychains. I think I might do them for like $3 and then do these for $5. Do the smaller ones for $5. And these, I don't know how many I've got. They're sort of scattered through. I tried just freehanding little tiny keychain chickens, but quite work out. So they're just 2 for $5 in my little, what I call misfit bins or things that I've made and haven't turned out or whatever, just so I can get rid of them. Then we've got this nice big football. I tried sort of changing the pattern of a rugby ball because I couldn't find the AFL ball. It's got like the stitching and that's just $15 and that's like bigger than my head. and it's nice and solid. So something for when your team's losing, I think that would be pretty cool. $15 for that big football. Then I decided I was going to make a unicorn kitty. Now this unicorn kitty, I've put $25 on it because anyone that has crocheted with this glitter yarn knows how much it hurts your hands. I've put $25. I'm thinking about dropping it down to 15 just so it sells. So because I kind of made the mistake of stuffing the horn and the tail and is a bit short, so if you held him that way he'd probably look like a stack of pancakes. So he's cute. So $15. I might change the price from 25 to 15 for that guy. Then my last really big item that I'm not dropping the price anytime soon is this guy. So this beautiful rainbow lorikeet from, see if I can think of the pattern. Oh, it's not Madeline Mako, I don't think, but I'll look it up because I've actually got the kookaburra, the black cockatoo, the cockatoo, I think it is. Yeah, there's 4, and this was part of Tracy's one, and it was a bird and rainbow, I think it was, and my first response was rainbow lorikeet. So I jumped on, found a pattern, and go big or go home. And I've got $75 on that, and like if you sit him on my shoulder, he's well and truly over my head. So beautiful variegated bits to resemble the colours in their tail and all the colour changes that I've made on its chest there. Alright, so I'm just going to pause it, empty my little tub, grab a bit of a drink, and I will be back with some of these smaller items that I've got in here. Alright, I will be right back. That literally didn't take long. I've got a nice big pile on my bed. We've got these 2 Kirby's, so same pattern. I think it's a free pattern off Instagram. One's got embroidered eyes, one's got safety eyes. I just downsized the hook. They were made at different times, and I've got $10 for both. Also, if you buy them off here, I'm happy to sell the smaller one for probably $7, just because you can physically see that it's smaller. But if I put them out at the market, I'll do this one first, then I'll do this one sort of thing, and people won't notice. So they're $10 each for those. Then I was going to do a Pokemon roundup of the Chunkymon, and I don't know what this one is, but it's cute. I like its little dangly leg, and he's just $10. And then you've got I think it's a pterodactyl for $15. He's been a bit squished in the bag, but yeah, his wing just sort of sit back a bit when you can get him to sit right. I love the neon, nice and bright and colourful, and that's just $15. I think it's a pterodactyl. Then I thought I'd change things up, and I've got a pattern. It's got all different farm animals. I've got the horse in here, the sheep, and the chicken. I'm not sure if I sold the horse actually, but we'll have a look. And I've just put $10 on that. So, because that's one of the first things I made. The stitching and stuffing isn't quite up to what it is these days. So I definitely downsized my hook, but my tension's gotten a lot tighter since then. So I now downsize even further. So I think I used a 6 or 7 millimeter hook rather than a 4 or 5 that I use now. And I also yarn under these days. Purple tail, pink and purple, and I will try and put that in the comment. This one was the last of the turtles from, is it the Friendly Red Fox or something fox? He is my Jamaican turtle. So I used to have a Bob Marley turtle, and as soon as I said to some lady on my last market that it's a Bob Marley inspired turtle, she's like, oh, he's coming home with me. And so she paid the $10. And so this guy here is only $10. He's my little Jamaican turtle. He's so happy. I made these when Bob Marley came out. So for those that are new here, I suffer from skin cancer. So it's not life-threatening. It's not melanoma. It's just basal cell carcinoma. And I have trouble pronouncing it, but I think it's squamosal cell carcinoma. And I have surgery on the 11th and again on the 18th of February. So double whammy. So there might not be many videos during that time as I will be recovering. So yeah. And so that's just my Jamaican turtle. And for those that aren't aware, Bob Marley died of melanoma. So here's my Bluey. As you can see, he's got both his eyelashes. Unlike Bingo. I don't know why Bingo's came out. And so I've got $25 on him. And that is again part of Tracy from Travel Crochet. Her pattern. I can never forget that because these are my very first pattern test. And at this stage, my only pattern test. So if you do design patterns and you're after someone who's a beginner to advanced beginner and would like someone to test your patterns, I would be absolutely happy to. So here is my Bingo. Next, we've got this little penguin for $15. He is solid. So I think he's absolutely adorable. Kind of reminds me of Happy Feet, like he's got 1 foot back and 1 foot forward. I thought I'm not going to drop the price because penguins kind of waddle, don't they? So yeah, and it's like a fluffy sort of yarn, and I thought of Happy Feet when I made this. So yeah, I've just used like acrylic yarn for his nose and his feet because I didn't have yellow or orange fine enough at the time. So he will be $15. And oh, sorry about that, a bit of long fluff. Then we've got this little dragon. He's a black little dragon. So the tag says 7, but he's changing to $5 just because I can fit my finger in between the stitches now, and I'd just like to drop the price now. I found another Flip the Fish, so that's 5 I've got. Flip the Fish for $15, and this is a blue one. Then we've got a rocket, something come flying off. That rocket is $10 because I had to sew on all of these, the colour changes, and sew the like viewer window. And then I've got some little fidget toys. They just go 2 for $5. They are a really great hit, my 2 for $5. Perfect for little pestering kids. Parents are happy to just go, okay, pick 2. Even the older kids and adults are like, oh, I want to support you. What can I get? And then I did put 20 on him. I'm not too sure about that though. Tracy's pattern from Travel Crochet. So that's the baby alien. And that again was for the space theme because I made them both together. And another one for the 2 for $5 is this cute little turtle. Only for the simple fact is I've put his eyes too low down. So, and then just for shits and giggles, I did 6-7. Little stress ball, 6-7. Everyone loves it except for they don't buy it, but it just makes them laugh. And they're like, oh, look, 6-7. So, yeah. All right. I've got a bit more, but I'm just going to pause for now and I'll pick up again after I've done tea. All right. I'll be right back. Now, we've got this guy. He's big, he's stuffed, he's nice and firm. So, the legs are sewn on, the arms are sewn on, the chest plate is sewn on. He's got nice big safety eyes. I've put $20 on him, and I'm sure once the right customer comes, he'll go. I can't seem to find any fault with him. And then this is the farm set I was saying about that the purple cow came from, like the pink and purple cow. So this is the chicken. I've just put $8. It worked up really fast. You crochet the wings in the round. The tail feathers are just chained out and back in. And the comb is surface crocheted, embroider the beak. This little guy's $8. Then we have the caterpillar. So he is solid. I've put $25 for this guy. He's got a nice sort of tail for the cat. Then he's got the pointy ears for the cat, the 6 legs for the caterpillar, and a cat face and the colours of a pill. That is another one of Tracy's wheels that she was doing. I just changed the loaf cat pattern, added extra bubbles, and here I've just got a pill for $5. So I think that's not a bad price. Nice blue pill. Then I've got a little lamb because someone asked me if I could do a lamb for them one day and they never came and got it. I've got $10 on this little guy. He was meant to be done in acrylic, I can't seem to find the pattern these days. The stitching you can see is a bit gappy and not much stuffing. So the lamb is $8. Wednesday is $18. Only for the simple fact is I'm not quite happy with her eyes. They're a bit small and spaced too far apart. So yeah, Wednesday's $18. And then Remy also is $18 with the little wooden spoon and chef hat. So I've put 18 on that one. Now, this little guy is going in my 2 for $5. I've had him for a long time. I don't think people like the embroidered eyes. The swings aren't popular where I do the market. So that one is a 2 for $5. This little guy is a rabbit, 2 for $5. And the same as this chicken. We've got wristlets, a little tiny phone charm or keychain, bird in acrylic, and this is a little clicker fidget that I've made, and that one is for the 2 for $5. Then I've got my white axolotl that I've had for ages. This is Crochet by Jenna's pattern. Works up quite fast, but just can't seem to sell it, so I've just dropped the price to $5. I think it's the eyes, I'm not 100% certain, or the gills are too low, I'm not too sure. So yeah, this little guy is $5. Then next we've got my dandelion, and this little guy is $18. All of these are like surface crocheted to do all the petals, embroidered the part that you blow the seeds, I suppose they're called, and the face. And he's got like a little flower tail. So $18 for the dandelion. So next I've got this chicken. He's a bit big for the 2 for $5. So I've just put $3 on this guy. So he's just a little bit too big for the 2 for $5. But then I've got this black axolotl that everyone seems to think looks like the Gollywog dolls. I don't know why. I thought I'd do a black and orange one. I thought it looked really cool. That goes in the 2 for $5. My acrylic fish is 2 for $5 with glitter yarn and googly eyes. And then another flower baby is 2 for $5. Next, I've got a jumping spider for $5. I'm not sure if the pattern of the jumping spider, it was just something I did before I was doing markets for us for Halloween. And it's $5. And he's out for the market. He's in acrylic. Is a little panda is 2 for $5. I call this my drop bear. That is 2 for $5. Another flower baby is 2 for $5. And this weird looking chicken is 2 for $5. Now, lastly, I've still got more to do on these. I've got some little chicken nuggets. I've got darker ones and I've got a lighter one that I'm currently working on. And these I'm doing 3 for $5, or I think it was 6 for $8. And then I'm still working on these little chickens. So I've just got the beak to do on this one. So yeah, and they've got the little wings. So I'm still currently working on that one. And so at the moment, I think that's all I've got for you for now. It's more for my record. So at the end of the year, I know what I started with. So if you've enjoyed watching this, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you a bit later on. You're not obligated to like want to buy any of it. Feel free to message if you think I'm ripping myself off and think I should be charging more for some of these items because they're cool. Feel free to just reach out. And if you're still watching, I would love it if you could leave a calendar emoji, like with a date or something on it, or a cat, like love face. Would be nice if you're still watching at this point. So this isn't quite the end. Alrighty, I will be back later with more. Until then, I'll see you soon. Well, g'day. It's market day and I've unloaded the car, I've set up the table, just a bit shy to go in and record, so I am going to just pause it and then I will film my setup. G'day and welcome to G'day Crochet. It is currently Monday, the 9th of February. So I had the market on Saturday with Mum. It wasn't the best market that I've had. I brought home, I think, roughly $4. Like, I made my booth fee, I covered the cost of my coffee. I brought home $4. So I sold $25 worth of stuff, which it isn't the best, to be honest. So I will just go through what I sold. This time last year, I sold $59 worth of stuff. This year, I sold a total of $25. The first thing I sold, which was at 10:09. Bearing in mind, it started at 8:30. So it goes from 8:30 till 12:30. And my first customer was at like 10 past 10, which is really bad. And I sold my little loaf dog. And then I didn't write down, but I sold one of the little battle pack flail, I think it is, the ball with the chain and you whack it. I sold just that. So not the whole set, just that one thing for $5. And then she requested if I could make another one for her grandson's birthday. So I was like, yeah, sure, no worries. I sold that for $5. I think it was about 10:30. And then I sold my yellow rubber duck for $5 at 11, and then question mark because it was 11 something. But by the time I checked the time, it was just after 11, so 11 something. Then I sold my last item, I think. Yeah, because I sold 2 rubber ducks, the flail, and the dog. And the last one was just as I was packing up, so 12.29. And I sold my last rubber duck that I had out, and that was $5. So not the best market. Complaining about it isn't gonna make it better. Like, February is a hard market, especially in South Australia for this one, because everyone's just gone back to school and after Christmas and come back from holidays and all of that. So you don't expect to make hundreds of dollars. So, and then there was this lady, I'm not going to say her name, but she was very rarely at her booth and then like complaining about how much she didn't make and it's not advertised and people that aren't going to sell, that don't sell, won't come back. And she'd keep coming to see what I'm selling and, oh, have you made much? And I was like, oh, I'm doing okay. It's been a good day. So it was just a quiet day. It was quiet for everyone, but you don't leave your stall. She whinges a lot about it. And so whinging's not going to fix it. So at the time of recording this, I am still currently editing the inventory that I'll be taking. So, and then I've got this one. And then on Wednesday, I've got surgery. So I just wanted to get this out ready to go. So that way I can edit it while I'm recovering. Because then a week later, I've got another surgery. So I'm not going to want to be recording. Oh, excuse me. All right, so that's February's market. So not the best, but we'll see how I feel for March. I'm pretty certain that I'll be able to go next month and make a bit more. I'm planning on making some elephants and hanging plants, probably about 2 or 3 new items that I haven't sold before. So yeah, I'm just going to try that and mark at the moment because I've got the big things. Like, I was so surprised that my hot dog didn't sell, my cookie the chicken didn't sell, the sitting rooster didn't sell, the splooting Highland cow. Yeah, like the new stuff that I made that I was like, oh, that's got to go. And there just wasn't really the people. Like, I had 2 teenage girls there and they literally touched everything. And they're like, oh, wow. They're like, oh, playing with them. And so I was like, oh, just stepping back. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. That's made with rah, rah, rah every now and again. But they were there for a good 15, 20 minutes, literally touching everything. But didn't buy. So, but yeah, there just wasn't the crowds there this time, and hopefully it's there next time. So, yeah, well, that's it for now. It's not a very big recap, unfortunately, so I might just add this at the end of the inventory, I think. So I've got a bit of a what it looked like before, during, and I forgot to do the after because I had people there and I didn't have time, like I had to pack up and that. So we've got a set time to be packed up and out by, so I just didn't have time. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and if you're still here, I would love if you could leave a duck emoji. All right. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.